All right, here we are in game 2. We're going to have our Grixis player on the play. Looks like we've got a pretty standard, but albeit strong opening hand. 2 Serum Visions, a couple of lands, and a Terminate. Seems strong. Seems strong in this kind of opening hand that you want, and certainly more lands than the previous opening hand.
Very true.
Yes.
Off to a good start, cracking, fetching.
Yes.
4.
Yeah, well, blue source.
A left up underground tomb? Watery Grave, excuse me.
Underground.
I'm gonna, yeah.
Soon enough. It's not.
It's
like,
a blue-black land.
Yeah,
guys.
blue-black land. Underground sea. If only those were modern, right? But probably going to be leading off with the Serum Visions.
There it is.
Yep.
All right. So draw.
Ah, well, another land. Hopefully, it's not the opposite problem of just drawing all of the lands.
Tasigur and a Cryptic Command. Let's see where he puts these and what we have in hand.
It's a bunch of lands. Terminate. Another Serum Visions, and then we've got a Cryptic Snap or Cryptic Tasigur on top. So drawing the Cryptic first. Both the cards you definitely want to be having them. Well, leading off with the Nile Spellbomb for the Abzan player means Tasigur might be a little bit before we see a Tasigur. And not playing the second Serum Visions. Already knows the next card and maybe wants to wait, possibly get a little bit more value, possibly playing around a discard spell for the Tasigur. And
and a Thought Seize. There you go.
We see a Thought Seize.
Do it. Oh my gosh, just do it.
Do what?
Just do the.
What are we doing? I'm so confused. I don't know. What are we doing? We're revealing our hand. That's what's happening. Terminate, Cryptic, Serum Visions. And,
to the Serum Visions. That's what I meant. Jeez, I know that took a while, but
yes. Well, I would call a judge if my opponent tried to play a sorcery at instant speed.
I would too.
That's just me.
And that's why you should know.
Yes, exactly.
Today we learned.
Yes. So maybe it was a little bit of a heads-up play, not playing the Serum Visions to draw that Snapcaster Mage, expecting probably some form of a discard spell.
Then again, he did save his Tasigur from being taken, so.
Yes, exactly. So. And if the Nile Spellbomb isn't popped here, we'll be able to play the Tasigur next turn. Fetch, and then that's 2 mana, 3rd mana if a land gets played, and then the 4 cards in the graveyard from the fetch land. That's and still would have a land left up at that point, unless we see 2 fetch lands, in which case we can have 2 mana up and
Just
fetch. Yep, exile the 2 fetch lands. If I'm the Abzan player here, I figure just let it happen. I could see a cracking the Spellbomb in response to the fetch lands to make sure that that's what happens. Yes, heads up play, knowing that there's the chance for the Tasigur because it's pretty unlikely that a Tasigur or that our Grixis player is going to be double fetching for minimal value on the main phase. So, heads up play, and certainly a good one at that. And now we have 2 fetch lands that are cracked, and we can probably expect maybe a Serum Visions here, which leaving the fetch lands cracked before the Serum Visions, or cracking them before the Serum Visions, definitely the play. You don't want to mess up your scry. Oh, a Damnation! There we go. So if there was ever a reset button,
turn, or this game.
This game. Don't have the pressure right now, and hopefully we don't see a discard spell
or Thought Seize.
Yeah, exactly. Before too much pressure comes down. But being able to just reset the board, especially given what we saw last game, is incredibly powerful. And I feel our Grixis player was just maybe a turn away from being able to come back. Oh, and Collective Brutality. Looking
Seeing
like probably, just the duress mode on the Collective Brutality. Makes sense. Just having the flexibility of that card. Man, that card is amazing. Have you had the joy of playing a Collective Brutality against the burn deck and being able to 3-for-1 them?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is one of the best feelings in the world. Oh yeah, your Goblin guy dead. Oh, also I've gained 2 life. Oh, by the way, I'm also stripping a burn spell from your hand. It feels so good. But I digress. What do you think the pick here is with the Collective Brutality?
Depends what opponent has in hand. I mean, if he's got a bunch of creatures, I'm taking the Damnation. Looks like he's worried about getting countered. I'm thinking he was going to tap 3 in the beginning for a Lily. So I definitely take the Cryptic first. Damnation doesn't hit Lily.
And it looks like all we have is in... we've got Maelstrom Pulse and Lingering Souls. Yeah, you don't really care too much about Damnation against your Lingering Souls. Sure, you want to spend your Damnation and your 4 mana to get rid of half of my card.
Yeah.
I'm A-okay with that. Can't... Got a Marsh Flats there. Yep, Lingering Souls. Sure, come at me. Yep. This Lingering Souls is just such a pain to deal with. I mean, what are we gonna do here? We've got Kolaghan's Command, sure, maybe, yep, killing a spirit, discarding a card, sure, you spent a card, really, kind of really only like 1.25 for one if you consider each spirit a quarter of a card.
True. Then again, I mean, hand disruption is a thing, and if he just has the ability to, I haven't seen it in his deck, to attack the hand. I didn't see a Lily or anything else,
yeah, no.
But he might have pulled it.
We've got a Thought Scour milling a Thought Scour into Terminate. Terminate against the spirits, not where you want to be, but...
2 mana for killing a quarter of a card, like you said.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's Tasigur.
Yep. And certainly you want to keep up these the Terminates, just because so many of the threats in the Abzan deck, the Tarmogoyfs, the Grim Flayers, the... Scavenging Oozes, especially if you're playing a Snapcaster deck. Yep. Things that you want to be able to make sure that you kill. Interestingly enough, though, looks like we want to be exiling the Terminate to cast a Tasigur on the cheap, or slowly deciding how much we want to pay and what we don't want to pay. Oh,
okay,
a little bit of a slip up revealed we got a Tarmogoyf over here. Maybe as
man, I wasn't even looking. I wouldn't have known.
Yeah, exactly. So you were probably doing what our Grixis player was doing, kind of taking a look at the graveyard. And we certainly apologize for the glare on the bottom of those cards there. Hopefully, by the next round we'll be able to get it fixed a little bit. But it looks like Serum Visions. Oh, it's still in the process of deciding what we want to exile.
No, I'd say definitely the Serum Visions and the.
Yep. It looks like the Thought Scours. So leaving the Terminate and the Cryptic Command in the graveyard seems pretty good.
Oh, we path that poor little Tasigur we worked so hard for.
Yes, and yeah, well, make sure we get that Tasigur into the exile zone. Certainly wouldn't want to be able to have that count towards a mana if you want to delve for yet another Tasigur. But the question of the hour, I'm guessing, is this spirit going to be able to go all the way? All 15 points?
I don't know. He's got 14 life now.
Only 14 now.
Well, and then we are flashing it back, so now we're down to, let's see.
What is it, 3-turn clock? No, what am I talking about? It's a 5-turn clock with the 3 spirits. But I like this. The spirits are still put on a clock, so... force our Grixis player to actually do something.
But we know what's his hand, and mass removal is not a problem. He just probably maybe have saw that Tarmogoyf and really wants to get rid of that too.
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't mind at this point for that.
This is one of those rock and hard place situations. You can cast your Damnation now to get rid of the 3 spirits. It doesn't feel the best, but
or you're coming
the 3
back
spirits is a clock,
I'd wait on it. Personally, I'd be sitting on it.
Yeah, wait for maybe a Tarmogoyf to come down. But, at the same time...
He could sit on the...
Our Abzan player's just not... Doesn't have to worry really about anything. Just sit back on these spirits.
No threats whatsoever.
I mean, I guess the Creeping Tar Pit can come by, but if you're spending your mana, especially your black mana, to be able to send in the Creeping Tar Pit, I'm A-okay with that. And yet another spell bomb. Well... This might force some action and a Countersquall. Okay, well, there's some damage to be done and gets rid of the spell bomb.
Ties it all up.
Yeah, certainly sucks that you have to spend 2 mana to get rid of the 1 mana spell, so you're a little bit behind on that mana exchange. But given once again that we're a Tasigur Snapcaster deck, being able to protect your graveyard is kind of like protecting your lands at this point. Hey, what's that pen doing there? Taps for mana. I don't even know where that came from.
I'm taking a...
Engineered explosives for 0. Well, that's a way to get rid of the tokens.
With less impact with the Damnation.
Yeah.
And we're gonna pop it right away.
Pop it, get rid of those
pesky flyers.
Yes, exactly.
And throw another card in our graveyard.
And now, certainly an interesting position because the board wasn't developed earlier, so we're a little worried about, we know that Damnation is in our Grixis player's hand, so maybe just slow rolling these threats. And Charmer Growth is certainly huge here. It's already, what? It's a 4/5?
4/5.
It's a 2-turn clock currently. Possibly a 5/5. Did we see a creature in a... Yeah, we did. There was a creature in our opponent's graveyard, so... so it's currently... 5/4.
And it looks like
5/6.
Damnation will make sure that doesn't go anywhere. I have a feeling, though, the opponent's not... We're cracking both at the same time. I have a feeling the opponent's not too worried about that.
Oh, no.
Used it to fish out something more.
Yeah. I mean, we haven't seen our Abzan player playing spells, just kind of relying on those lingering souls, so it makes sense that there's probably some amount of gas in his hand.
Or playing out his hand, yeah, because...
Yeah, exactly. So how many cards do we have? Believe this puts us to 3. Yep, 3 cards in hand. Oh dear, and one of them, and the tap land is a...
I totally missed that play.
Yeah, Counterspell, Spell Snare.
There we go.
So and the tap land being the Shambling Vents, that's certainly going to be a little bit difficult for the Grixis player to deal with. Obviously we're going to have bolts, but spending the bolts on the land versus being able to deal with some of the other creatures is a little bit unfortunate. But now it looks like we're in a bit of a racing situation.
Land battles.
Yes. Unfortunately, though, the Shambling Vent puts you a little bit ahead because it's a 4-point life swing every turn, whereas it's only doing 2, but it's adding 1 turn to the clock every single turn cycle.
And a third Tomograph comes down.
Yes.
The Abzan player. Slightly worrisome unless we've got something going on over there. Oh, we got a command and...
Yes.
Well, Countersquall doesn't do us too much in land.
Yeah, it doesn't. Command doesn't kill the Shambling Vent. It certainly doesn't kill the Goif. Blocking with the Creeping Tar Pit and then the command, but that just feels so bad. And then still has the Shambling Vent to deal with. And assuming there are no blocks whatsoever, or if the Creeping Tar Pit gets animated and our Abzan player has a way to deal with the Creeping Tar Pit, then this is a lethal attack. So what do we have here? We've got a Countersquall and Kolaghan's Command. So, well, the good thing is...
and he passed the land. Yeah, we're dead. I'm sorry.
With the single black source, all we have left is can't Countersquall and block because that would necessitate tapping down the Creeping Tar Pit. So it looks like our Abzan player is going to be able to get through this. And wow, that's pretty... Yep, and looking like it possibly locking up a top 8 position.
Definitely.
We'll have to see how the standings break out, but... Those are pretty sweet Swiss rounds, and I'm actually kind of excited to see how the
top 8.
How the top 8 kind of shakes up to be. All right, well, we'll see you soon in the top 8.